Okay, we've got a distance time graph here, and that is, I've not put any specific questions on, I'm going to talk about it. First things first, time always goes on the x-axis, distance always goes on the y-axis. That's the first thing. Next thing I'm going to talk about, if we go from A to B, alright, we need to work out the speed there. Now we've gone 60 kilometres in 1 hour. Alright, 60 kilometres in 1 hour, which is 60 kilometres per hour, isn't it? Okay, now the next bit, where is it? I'm going to do it in yellow. These two flat bits, okay, here. So when they're flat, we're basically not moving anywhere away from where we started. So this is always the start line here. And if it's flat, it's parallel with the start line. Alright, it could be home, it could be the base, whatever you want to call it. Okay, but basically B to C and D to E, we've stopped. Okay, because they're flat, they're not moving any further away from where we started, so they've stopped. Now if we now look at the third part, so C to D, so C to D is we've travelled from 60 to 180, which is 120, and we've done that in half an hour, another half an hour, in 1.5 hours, so I'm going to call that 90 minutes times 60. Okay, so in my calculator, do 180 divided by 90 times 60, I should get 80 kilometres per hour, to squash that in a little bit. Okay, now we know I've stopped now. I've stopped again, this for 1 hour and this for half an hour, and I can tell that because there between 1 and 2 is 4 squares, that's just 2 squares, that's 4 squares. Okay, now then, last part, I'm going to do this in blue. Okay, from E to F, that's a really bad E, I'm going to rub that out and do that again. Okay, E to F, that's a slightly better E, but not much better. Now, I've travelled, 180 kilometres, alright, down to 0, okay, in 1 hour. So that's crumbs. I've gone pretty quickly there. I think they've probably broken the speed limit, or gone by train. There we go. Should we say they've gone by train? That's more legal, isn't it? Alright, so there we go. Now, essentially what you're looking at here, the steeper part of the line, this is the steepest part of the line, and it is the fastest. Alright, and so that's really key as well. Alright, but they're the various things you need to look at as far as distance time graphs goes. The last thing I'll say is, notice this has come back down. Alright, it's gone down back to the x-axis, so I've travelled back to where I started. Okay.